Now, Liz Carr is an actor that you'll recognise from shows like Silent Witness, and she's been campaigning against the assisted dying bill. I'm pleased to say Liz joins us now live. Liz, good evening to you. Thank you for making the time to speak to us tonight. Now, you have said that there are those who are fighting for the right to die. I'm fighting for the right to live. Do you feel threatened by the proposed changes in this law?
I do. I'm going to be outside Parliament. I've been campaigning. I'm exhausted. I just say that now. I'm absolutely exhausted because I think all of us are, whichever side you're on, because we're so impassioned about this. I think whatever you believe, there's no denying that. It's important. There is that fear that if you introduce a law that gives doctors the power to assist certain groups of people to end their life, that will impact on, obviously, ill people. And there's a massive crossover there with disabled people, and we fear that there will be pressure and coercion. And I feel that personally for me and for many other disabled people.
And Liz, you will have heard the arguments then about the robust safeguards that are put in place. We had Lord Cameron just today saying that he had previously been against the change in the law, but because of the safeguards that are in place, he's now for it. You don't think the safeguards that you have seen are enough?
I'm not sure we were reading the same bill, because one of the things that's meant to be a safeguard is that doctors can bring this up. That's astonishing. We see that happening in Canada, where it's now available for people who are disabled with mental health issues. And what happens is doctors can suggest it. They can say, OK, this is difficult. Now let's think about the kind of power imbalance that we have in that doctor-patient relationship. It's once we go there, we're not going to go back. So we have to get this right. And this is honestly not the right bill. It's being rushed through. And it's frightening, in fact, that this is even getting to this stage.
Yeah, to be voted on tomorrow. I mean, Liz, you say this is not the right bill. I wonder then, does that suggest that you think there may be a bill, something in the law and the legislation that could be tweaked to give the people that, Prue Leith was speaking about, the right, if they are in what they feel like is intolerable suffering, to end their lives?
So what I see at the end of life is absolutely the stories of people who want this right. But I also hear about people who've become terminally ill because the waiting lists mean they've become terminal while waiting for treatment and for diagnosis. I see people who are being impacted by the benefit system to the degree that they take their own life. I'm seeing hospices having to close because of inadequate funding. We are not giving everybody in the UK a good end of life. And until we have sorted that out, we should not even be entertaining the idea of legalising assisted suicide.
You've spoken about the fear of coercion and the pressure that may well be put on people. Just talk to us about that in a bit more detail. I mean, as we say, coercion in this new bill is going to be made illegal. That's part of, I guess, the safeguards that are in place, that there'll be investigation properly if there's any sense that anyone has been coerced into making this decision.
So there's always that sense that coercion is going to be somebody else doing something malicious to you. And, of course, that is possible. Elder abuse is absolutely rife. So it is a possibility, and I do mean it in that sense. But I'm thinking of two other things. I'm thinking of self-coercion, which is actually you choosing it because it's the best of a bad bunch of options. So I don't want to put my family out. I don't want to spend that money that I've saved on my end of life. We should be solving those problems so that the person doesn't feel that the best solution is to end their life before they need to. At the same time, I think they should make it a crime in the bill, if it were to go through, of coercion by the state. Because I think that there are policies by this and the last government that mean people are suffering. So they're creating suffering during and at the end of life, and then to say, we will help you take your life because of the suffering we've created. No, we're not in when the context is that and the social situation is that, I don't think any safeguard currently will be safe enough.
I mean, Liz, the picture you paint there is a very dark picture. I mean, following through that line of thought takes us to a very, very disturbing place. You can't really think that those who are drafting this bill have got that as an end goal in mind.
No, I don't think anybody that's involved in either side of this wants anything other than the best for everybody. I think that's it. Often when you oppose, you're told that you want people to suffer. Absolutely not. But have we forgotten so quickly what happened during COVID at the beginning, those beginning years, and how certain groups of people were treated? And I think that showed us, be it blanket do not resuscitate orders on older people, on ill people, on disabled people, and the way that certain lives basically were valued less. And that was a very difficult situation. I get that. But that was the system, that was the health, the NHS. So would I trust them with this? It's not that I think individuals are malicious and going to do things on purpose, but I'm saying that until we can offer people the support, I think I understand, or I do understand, why many would want to end their life, even whether just terminally ill or for a few more months than that, or with a disabling condition.
Okay. Liz Carr, look, it's really been great to speak with you this evening. Thank you so much and for so powerfully putting across your argument. I wish you all the best, Liz. Thanks for being
your
with us.
time. Thank you.